Hello again out there in YouTube land. It is I, Kim, or Kimberly, Crafty Teacher DIYs, coming at you with the first episode of 2024. I don't know what happens at the end of the year. I don't know if it's my job. I don't know what it is, but I fall off the radar like nobody's business. And it could be a little bit because those end of the months as a teacher, mm, it ain't pretty. Um, so I filmed the November update on December 2nd or 3rd. Never got around to editing it and putting it up. My hair was a lot like brighter. When I say a lot brighter, it was a lot brighter. Like this was like really bright. It faded into orange. It had the blue. But when I went on the cruise, it faded rather quickly. I don't have a lot of cruise pictures updated or uploaded, but um, buckle in because this one's going to be a little bit of a long one. I'm going to try to update you from November through to today. I mean, essentially a little bit of yesterday. So you're going to get a little bit of February mixed in, and then I'm not going to see you again for a little while. I don't know if I really want to film a whip parade because you've mostly seen them. I might anyway. I really haven't touched quite a few of the projects since like I filmed them in February. So um I don't know. If you're interested, give me a holla down in the comments and maybe I'll pull them all out, the ones that I have, and then we'll get a going on that. So, since I don't want to hold you up like a ton, and there will be a little bit of crinkling and things going on, um, let's dive right in, okay? I'm hoping like let's go 45 minutes, and that'll include the cruise, okay? That'll include the cruise. So I'm gonna start with my finishes. I'm actually gonna show you like any pictures that I have. I'll just show you on my phone. So I in November and in December when I look at my Notion, because that's the best thing ever. Notion is the way to go. Stitchy Nutty, she's amazing. Um, when I look at my Notion and when I think back to that time, I was really working to try to finish um, the Natural World Sal in 2023. I got close. Got about 3,000 stitches away from a finish in 2023, considering I started in October. But I didn't get it there. So that's fine. But I did finish it. I finished it in January. So you'll get to see the finish here in a little bit. Um, but I worked on that most, and I didn't want to show you the project picture, the progress, because that's what I worked on most. So I did have, and I've had 3 finishes so far in 2024. And the first finish was kind of one that I decided to do a little bit last minute. Not just a little bit last minute. We're talking like I started this like January 3rd, or no, I started this January 4th and I finished it January 5th, like with the back stitching. It was essentially a sap. But I picked the the pattern by Tiny Modernist, and it was called One Stitch at a Time. Sorry about the ring light there. One stitch at a time. So that's the finished stitch. You can kind of see. I stitched it on a 36 count My Sunshine from Bestitch Me. I did the called for colors as well. I just did it in the DNCs that Cheryl chose. So that was one stitch at a time. And what I did was using I think her name is DM's Crafty Vortex. She had this kind of tutorial, if you will, about how to make like a really big project folder. I was not all about like making them huge, but I did turn it into a project folder. That was the process. You can kind of see there's raw edges at the top and on the bottom. Obviously, I didn't quite center it in the front. I got a little bit of work to do, but it still turned out really good. I don't think I ever got a full picture. Um, of the like the inside and what it looked like, but I used this green batik. This is maybe I probably but this is the lady who ended up with it, and I'll tell you about the steals and stuff, but that's the finished project right there. So it was super exciting. I had fun. So that was my first finished, and I FFO'd it. But I obviously don't have it because I gave it away in a smalls exchange. Um, so that was my first finish. My second finish of 2024, wait, did I say 2023 on the other one? Anyway, 2024 on that one is my roommate stitch from that I did with Megan, the one half, Megan with an H, one half of the long distance stitchers here on YouTube. Highly recommend. Um, she was my roommate on the cruise, and we decided that we were going to do a roommate stitch. And I started this on the ship, and if I would have just stitched for like another hour and a half on the ship, I would have finished it. But I did finish it at home. I was just stitching the water. I have changed this like you wouldn't believe. And it's part of haul, so I'll kind of show you what colors I used. But this is my version of Mouse's Beach Outing by Tiny Modernist. And I started this the first day of the cruise, so January 14th, and I finished it. Let me pause. I finished it the Mouse's Beach Outing. I finished, like I said, it only took me like another hour, and I finished Mouse's Beach Outing. I finished it on the 27th. And there's a reason why I didn't stitch the 21st through the 26th, and I'll go over that one here in a little bit. So that was my second finish of 2024. My third finish, oh, I did finish a project and I still have it. Trina, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I still have it. I finished this December 27th, and this is Trina's half of or Trina's portion of the first most magnificent Eat Circles round robin. She chose reflections of Cairo, and there it is finished. I'm pretty sure it goes this way, and I stitched this last little bit down here. But reflections of Cairo is finished. I just have not sent it back. I'm not 100% sure what the fabric is, but the floss that she chose was 115 from DMC, and it's one of those variegated. So it was great stitch. I highly recommend stitching with those variegated flosses. So now that I have shown you that, that was the last finish of 2023. And then you saw One Stitch at a Time by Tiny Modernist. You saw Mouse's Beach Outing from Tiny Modernist. Oh, and by the way, I am not a spider. This poor thing has more um personalizations or customizations than just about any project I have. I fudged this thing so much. Um but that's besides the point. And then the this is on a Picture This Plus 36 or 40 count. I don't remember the name of it. It's going to be in here somewhere though. I do have it, so I'll be able to go back over it. But then my third finish of 2024 was the Natural World Sal. I finished this January 31st, and there she is. Um, I stitched this on a 40 count, um, Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers in the colorway Eucalyptus Showers. And I used a variegated silk from Bestitch Me because, like, let's be honest, it's me and it's Bestitch Me. So this variegated silk was called oh my goodness, I cannot believe I forgot. Well, this purple I know is elderberry, and I will come back to the silk for Bestitch Me that I used primarily here. Give me one second. It's not going to take very long. Oh my goodness, it was tea leaf. How could I forget tea leaf? Anyway, So all the variegated is in tea leaf, and I finished this again on the 31st. And again, I am not a spider because if you look closely, well, there are some things. Anyway, it turned out really good. It was super fun stitch. I finished all the inside first, and then I kind of finished around this border here, and I finished with like I think this leaf right here on this side um, for the winter stitching. So I stitched so much on that. I was like zooming through. I don't know if I was posting too much on Instagram with regards to all of those, like kind of updates with those. I usually do try to post for updates, but um, if I'm usually not recording, then chances are I'm also not doing too many other things. And then this is my other this is a start, and kind of a start and a finish. It took me 2 days. Not that it should have taken me 2 days because when I picked this chart for the second most magnificent Ink Circles round robin, this time run by Julicious, I picked this pattern called Blue Tulips from Ink Circles. And I chose these colors and I chose this fabric, which is called Dragon's Tears. And I finished this yesterday. So this is, again, it's super tiny, like really little. It's really only 73 by 73, and I didn't realize it was that small when I picked it. But I'm kind of curious how this is going to work. This variegated wild pansies is going to turn out to be kind of interesting on this. So, so yeah, that's ready to be shipped out to. I forget who I shipped to for this section of the round robin. But am stitching that on a 40 count Dragon's Tears from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And again, using Be Stitch Me Silks. The colors are Leaf, which is the darker green. Give me 1 second while I put this away because if I don't, I will like lose my mind with all of this today. So this is Spring Bud. This is the lightest green. This is Clematis. This is like a really dark purple. I know that's showing blue, but it's a violet. It's a purple. This is Leaf. This is that darker green. Wild Pansies goes from a light purple or medium shade of purple to like a yellow, and then Banana is a bright yellow. So I'm curious how that's going to turn out. Most of the tulip shape is going to be in that wild pansy color, that variegated. So again, I'm kind of curious. I did receive back my ink circles. I do have it here. I'll show you that in a little bit. So that is my second most magnificent ink circles round robin. And that is my fourth finish and update so far for 2024. So let's talk a little bit about some things I worked on in 2023 toward the end of the year, and then two other big projects that I've started in 2024 that we're still working on getting. What time we got? 15 minutes already. Technically 13, but still. Okay. Long Dog. I'm working on Castles in the Air by Long Dog Samplers. This is like a bright pink. I call it 80s pink. And in November, December, I ended up coming around here. So there's a little bit over here, but this is the width, and I am trying to do the back stitching as I go. Obviously, this is where I was back stitching, and then I just haven't, got in that last little thread. But if I do, because I've got about 16,000 stitches left on this, if I get 1,000 stitches for 16 days, which I can do, or if I like average that, I can get this done before February 29th, which is totally doable. Focus. We can do this. Okay. So I do want to finish this by the 29th so I can start You Belong to Me by Long Dog. Either that or I might go crazy, crazy and try to start Death by Cross Stitch. But I do have another really big project that I started that I'm going to have to show you. Technically, I have two other big projects, two other starts. Did I already say I had two starts? Y'all, this is why I shouldn't go 2 months without filming. But anyway, I'm super excited about this. This is a Silks for You kind of purple that came in and again, it looks blue. But it came in a box that I bought in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So, I still have a whole nother braid like this of this hank. Like, it was huge. There was so much silk there. So this is going back on my Lowry stand. This is getting stitched. And hopefully I'll get 1,000 stitches for 16 days. If I'm not napping, like ridiculous amounts, which has happened. Okay. The next thing I started was my New Year new start, and I started, let's go this way. This is my other Lowry. So I am working on the Modern Folk Embroidery 2024 Sal, No Time Like the Present. So this, I had to do a center start because I wanted to use this fabric, which is a 40 count Night Sky, again by Stitch Me. And this right here, this like kind of white color, if you really get close to it, like if you see it in person, it's got like the faintest and the palest of green tones to it, which goes really well and plays off this, which is Atlantis. This is not named, but I did have a 50 silk or 50 yard hank skein of this color. It was unnamed, and I got it from a Friday night fight night from Stitch Me probably about 2 years ago. And then Atlantis, I'm pretty sure came in a box. And again, I had another 50 yard skein of that. So it's turning out really well. Initially, I thought I would flip these, like this would be this color and that would be that color. But I didn't like it when I looked it up in the mock up. And now I'm like, I'm liking this a lot. So I'm enjoying it. I stitched probably more over here. I probably, if I would have just stitched the one section that was set for June, like in a straight line, it probably would have, been my section. So I'm going to stitch up. So I'm going to do the May section next, and then April, March, February, and January, and then I'm just going to finish with the July down. And I did it again because I needed to do the center start so that I can make sure that it would fit. So that was my New Year, New Start. This is my Modern Folk Embroidery sale. So somehow, some way, I need to see if I can get like 3 or 4 days with like 1,000 stitches on here so I can get my next section done and keep up with this. Goals. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Okay. Oh, the next start that I had was on the cruise. And I want to finish so many or start so many of these cruise projects, but um pace yourself, right? So, that is kind of those things. And next what I'm going to do is I did get my Hearts for Pam box. I got that in November. Or like at the end of November, beginning of December. I did film it in the December, um, in the one that I filmed that I never put up because that's the way I just roll. But pardon the crinkles. There's going to be some crinkles here. But this was the placket for it. The floss drop. These were the flosses. Again, I'm just going to put them up fairly quickly so that you all can see them, at least. Hearts for Pam. I did purchase the Burb box from Jessie at Mislaid Pages. This is super pretty. This bottle brush, it's really pretty. So I'm gonna put these down now. So these are 6 of them. Go ahead and see those. Those were 6 of the Cottage Garden threads for hearts for Pam. And here are 4 others. So these turned out really pretty. I haven't started any of these. They gave us a little needle minder for hearts for Pam. Um, and then some embroidery pages, another Pixel Pixie cross stitch, literally heart, um, Michelle's tarot, which is super great. Fox and rabbits, the blue flower. Some of these charts are coming out, I think, at Nashville this year. So I'm sure many of you have seen quite a few of these already. And again, I'm just kind of throwing them up here so you can kind of get an idea of what all came in the Hearts for Pam box if you didn't get it yourself. I know that Jan is releasing hers, and I'm pretty sure the Blue Flower is releasing theirs. Um, so they turned out really well. They turned out really good. And when am I gonna do these? I don't even know. I don't even know. Does anybody have like? There's not enough time in the world. Not enough time. So, um, if you know, please, if you see a one, don't. There's directions for the patterns here. Um, and here's another one. That's kind of fun. That witchy stitcher one is really nice. And then here's another one. So, those were kind of the patterns from that. One of the other things that I had gotten in the mail was the punch needle and primitive stitcher, the um the like the Christmas issue, the December issue, the winter issue, if you will. I haven't really flipped through that. Again, no time to do anything. Pretty sure I showed you that I purchased Octopus's Garden from 123 Stitch that I've had. I think I purchased these 2 or 3. Oh, I got the frog. I don't need to order the frog. I thought I had to order the frog. So I got these. I still have so many more of the Darling and Whimsy to get. Speaking of Darling and Whimsy, I am in Deanna's Patreon and I'm on the level in which I get some fun stuff quarterly. And so this was the card and let's take a look at what came inside. Well, one part is a chart. Then we had Quirky Quaker Christmas. So this is a duo, I think. So it's got um, these 2 colors, this JK02 and this other color JK or LM22. So that you can do the red and the green colors. I got a snowman sticker, which is like a card stock kind of a paper sticker. The Quirky Quaker snowman, the vinyl Quirky Quaker cardinal, and oh my goodness, look at a little sleepy bear. I like the sleepy bear. Um, so that was from Deanna. Love her. She's the best. And then let's see. Okay. Put that up here. All right. This can go up there too. I showed you all this stuff. This stuff can all go hide. I'm so not disorganized on this one. I knew I just wanted to kind of film this and be done. So, um, I'm not 100% sure what all Dinky Dies came from November. I'll show you really quickly. I'll just kind of flash up the Bestitch Me and the Dinky Dies. I do know what fabrics came in November, December, so that's not a big deal. Actually, I think this cauldron actually did come. I think these were Bestitch Me's. So, milk chocolate, a dark brown, almond, which is like a, a tan or almond color, moss, guardian. I have so much guardian. Cider and a black, which is cauldron. So I think maybe those were the five. I think cauldron I had already purchased. Because I think I had purchased an extra for life reasons. We did get Quirky Quaker Octopus from Deanna at some point for her. Octopus Quirky Quaker. Natural. These are the colors from the Dinky Dyes that I hadn't put away yet. Natural, New Leaf, Mustard, um, Nashi, just like this pale green. Then we move into Mystic Pools and Native Plum and Napa Valley and Nabila. I don't know. So those are probably October's and November's. Again, I've been trying to take pictures to put in Notion so I know what I'm looking at when I look at these. So that's part of the reason why they're still out. Okay, fabric. This was November's fabric of the month from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers, and I don't think I've ever seen a fabric like this. This is called French Roast, and it's a 40. I get 40 count. It is the darkest brown like ever. It is so good. I'm like, I have no idea. Um, I have no idea what I'm gonna do on this. But it was so cool. So it's like, to a certain extent, do I need more fabric? Absolutely not. I've got so much fabric that I need to, like, I really should cancel my clubs, but I can't. It's a problem. It's a big problem. So that came, I'm not gonna sell that. I might sell half of it. So if you really want a piece. Anyway, and then Be Stitch Me sent me another 36 count macchiato. I am currently doing um Shaded Stitcheries, Freedom Motif Sampler, and this Juneteenth Day, both by Nuri of Shaded Stitchery, on a 36 count macchiato. And it is perfect. And when I started to, or when I got this, and Dee, announced that they were doing the 2024, Pride Sale, I jumped on that, by the way. And then I got lucky enough, and I know the best person in the world. Hi, Amy K. Graham. If you watched her, she was the third person on the long distance stitchers when they did their whip parade. She's the best. Um, she sent me like half of the skeins from Jazz's. Granted, this is part of haul because I purchased this, but I did get them. I haven't started it yet because I felt that I needed to do my learning first about Keith Haring. And I've gotten through everything. I just need to read the Rolling Stone magazine article. And then I feel I can stitch Dee's pattern for Keith Haring. And it is amazing. And they did a great job. And I can't wait to do it. And I need to learn about the new person that came out for February. Okay, so let's take a look, and you're going to hear hopefully not a ton of crinkles, but I have not opened any of these packages from December or January. So these are the Dinky Dyes from December of 2023. Again, I ordered these through Jessie of Mislaid Pages, and they send them to me, and it is amazing, and I like them, so I just need to take pictures. So Nullarbor, which is kind of a yellow tan color. Noosa, ooh, that's a great color. Death by Cross Stitch, let's go. Ningaloo, I don't know, and Night Sky, which is really pretty. All right, so those were December's Dinky Dyes, and December's Fiberlicious was, let's see, what time do I got here? 30 minutes. I can do this. Okay. Oh shoot, that was close. Almost got my fabric. All right. Ooh, wow. Winter Musing. It is the darkest, like, evergreen color. Wow. Fiberlicious went, like, with some color on this one. Yeah. Yep. That that looks pretty good. It's super dark. And it's like it's the best, like, evergreen color. Winter Musings. Yep. I see Christmas going on that. Heck yeah. All right. I don't know if I have a green like this. I'll have to take a look. Um, but I do like the colors that Fiberlicious and Bestitch Me both sent. So, okay. Next. That was December. All right. December's Bestitch Me. This one's going to crinkle a lot. So, I guess while I'm kind of talking about this, I can start talking like about the cruise and stuff. For those of you who are not familiar, Jean Farish of Jean Farish Needleworks um, has a company called Stitcher's Escape, um, or Stitcher's Escape Crew, or something along those lines. It's called the Stitcher's Escape, and it's her and her 2 daughters. We didn't get to meet her 2 daughters, but, it is the family thing, and they put together these cruises. Now, not that I wanna, like, give up my spot, but Floss Tube at Sea 2025 is going to be January 25th, 27th through February 1st, I believe, next year, and I still wanna go. It's going to be a similar route to what it was this year, but a little bit different. So, but the one that I really wanna go on is the one in Alaska, and that one takes place in September of 2025. So, start saving those pennies. Okay. So, January's, Bestitch Me Silk of the Month was Scarlet. Butter wow, I don't think I have this one. Buttered Biscuit, this yellowish. Bering Sea, I have that one. Leaf, hey, I talked about that one. And Slimy Trail Slug, like a gray. So those were the silks of the month. She called them String of Lights. It does look like a string of lights. Okay. All right. And the fabric is this beautiful blue. Wow. Blue moon. Look at that. It reminds me of Night Sky. Night Sky, I think, is just a smidge darker, but they're pretty close. Blue Moon and Night Sky. Huh. Yep, I can use that fabric. I'll use that fabric. I'll find something to put on it. um, so that was December and January, or December's Bestitch Me, Fiberlicious, um, and Dinky Dyes. Okay, so let's go with Dinky Dyes for January. And again, pardon the crinkles, pardon the openings, because your girl was like, I didn't want to peek. So y'all get to see like the full thing. The other thing is that I did order the Burb box. It arrived on Monday of this week. I will be filming me opening said Burb box in when I'm done with this. So take a look. Ocean Pines, which is this really dark, rich green, beautiful. Nutmeg, nutmeg. Let's see. Nutwood, which is a little bit more red. And Ocean Grove. Oh, I could get behind Ocean Grove. Get behind Ocean Grove. All right. Nice. Pretty. And of course, in all of Jessie's, aka Mislaid pages, she sends the tea candies, which are fabulous. I love the tea candies. I'm the tea candy one. I am not a coffee candy one. And I think Jessie knows that. So they send me all those good ones. They send me the good ones. See, more tea candies. All right. I don't know how they remember that. Anyway, Fiberlicious January fabric. I don't know if Jessie has sent the February silks yet. But I haven't like seen, or I don't think I've seen a notification just yet. But I know that they were busy working on getting the bird box out. And I can't wait to open mine. Mine, I think this video is going to be a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to be. Okay. So Glimmering Dreams. Ooh, this is pretty. I've seen Fiberlicious has sent out something a little bit more like this before, but slightly different. Not as, I think the base was a different color. It wasn't this blue. I like it. I like it. That is great. Huh. Okay. More fabric I'm not getting rid of. Y'all, just yell at me. Smack my hands or something. Tell me to stop. Getting a little bit outrageous over here. All right, not a big deal. I will live. Throw that over there. And Be Stitch Me's Fabric and Silk of the Month from January. Maybe I'll pick one of these for my Death by Cross Stitch. I'm going to have to really like the colors. Okay, so, hey, this is awesome. Okay, so there's a little bit of a story behind this one. And I'll tell it to you while I am opening this. So, January's Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me happens to be the same fabric that I went to Be Stitch Me and selected for my Kitted Up swap partner and my own Kitted Up. So that's part of the reason why I laughed a little bit on that one. So, January's 2024 Silk of the Month was 5 10-yard skeins, and she called this one Sweetheart. So I'm sure you can kind of get an idea that we are looking at some Sweetheart colors. Pretty in Pink, Primrose, Plum, Bering Sea, and Sugar Plum. Man, that's 2 Bering Seas. I might need to do something in some Bering Sea. And the color for the fabric is called Dusty Cottage. Does this look familiar to anybody? Well, you'll see it here in about 2 minutes while I explain something to you. So I got no problem with that. I can use this again for something else. So that was exciting. All right. Other than that, what I did do was I did go to Michael's and I purchased about 24 skeins of DMC because I am trying to finish my complete kit on my floss drops of my Pip and Chip floss drops. That has not happened yet, but I ended up like kind of seeing that I had a $10 gift certificate to, or like rewards that I had earned at Michael's. So I was like, hey, yo, let's go buy some DMC. So I went and I bought some DMC. And in the process, I was like, oh, I will, do this. And I ended up getting 24 skeins and I paid like $3. So you can't beat that. All right. So here comes a little bit of story time and a little bit of opening. So I joined in with Michelle, the Chinook Crafter on Instagram, and Megan C. Lexicty. I can't say her Instagram name very well. And I need to fix my project bag. But I mentioned that I was making project folders based off of DM Crafty Vortex's kind of design that they had made for their project. And so because I wanted to do this chart, and this chart was on Megan's like wish list, I did it, and so we're totally twinsies. So my chart for my Kitted Up swap was Strawberry Fields Forever. That's what I had picked out. I had already had this chart in my stash. I just hadn't kitted up. So, and then what we are stitching it on, or what we will be stitching it on, is I went and I got Dusty Cottage. That is hilarious. And then I kitted up in a little bit of a conversion to some Be Stitch Me silks. And because it didn't quite reach the full smog qualifications, with just the Bestitch Me and just the this and just the that, I decided to twinsies the project folder. So, again, these are the same colors that I kitted up for Megan, and we both have this project folder. Mine, I have to put my ribbons back in here, but otherwise, this is my project folder that I made. And I went a little bit crazy because then I made myself one, I made Megan one, and then I made my swap for the cruise into one. And then I decided, you know what? That's not enough. I am going to make myself and Megan and Michelle and Miriam from Marumi Crafts. And somehow in all of that, I ended up making an extra one that I will be sending to Mindy once I fix the extra one, but I haven't fixed the extra one. So on the cruise, they got one of these. And so I made some more project folders. Yay! And so you can kind of see a few of the things that kind of came. The one that I stitched was 36 count Stellar from Picture This Plus. And I had bought that at the cross stitch cupboard in Fort Lauderdale before the cruise. So, okay. Now let's run through the cruise real quick. The cruise, again, I flew out Friday and I met up with Megan. Megan like met me at the bottom of the escalator right when I got off the plane, and Michelle picked me up from the airport, and it was great. Um, so we got to hang out. I stayed with Megan at their hotel, and then we kind of moved on. We went straight to the cross stitch cupboard after picking up Paula, and then we met Karen, and I kit up the Mouse's beach outing. And so I used Granny Apple for the dark blue, Jelly Roll for the dress. I did not use Kiwi, but I liked Kiwi, so I bought it. I used this is a needle needle necessities, aka Threadworks, that I pulled from Michelle's Stitch It For Me that I never got a chance to stitch on. I'll fix that later, Michelle. I got Schoolhouse Red, which is a great color. I used Carriage Black for the mouse itself. I used both this one, which is from Romy's Creations, a lemon yellow, and which is like a pale yellow and white kind of variegated. And I used this Crescent Colors, aka Classic Colorworks, I think, in the color Golden Star for another some of the fish. And then I bought Fields of Green. I used obviously for the leaves of that, and then I used this one, which is another Romy's Creations called Caribbean Sea. And then I bought this one, but I never used it. But this is Rumpleberry Rumors hand over dyed flosses. I don't know. But it's like a green to a yellow. Like so this was like green to blue, and that one was green to yellow. So those were the flosses that I bought at the cross stitch cupboard along with the fabric. And I bought Ronnie Ritter's mostly because they had this one, this Just Cruisin' little pillow, and the rest of them are super cute as well, so I'm totally stitching them all. Um and it'll go on that blue fabric, which is why there's so much of that blue fabric. Okay. I think that was everything that I bought. I do have 2 more charts coming from the cross stitch cupboard that have not arrived. But they'll get here at some point. Okay, so what did I start while on the cruise? I was a bad influence to everybody. I had been on cruises before, so I did a few things like, you go into the spa to see what kind of deals and if you can win some spa gift certificates. And then you run around to the art stores and you get free pictures and we didn't do that. But then every time you walk by somebody who has a fancy drink, you just ask them what they're drinking. Um, Watermelon Tropic became a big one. Um, I don't even remember what some of the other drinks were. But and then it was on the cruises that I had been on prior, I absolutely loved the frozen ice cream, especially when it was like the soft serve and you could just walk up, grab a cone, get yourself a cone and then walk right walk right off. So it was ice cream and alcohol and all the good things. So it was super fun. I had a blast. I spent more money than I probably should have. I did take advantage of the manager special in Puerto Rico, so I actually didn't get off the ship in Puerto Rico. I have a little bit of FOMO on that one. Or I know I missed out on that one, but I'm not completely upset. And then, like, obviously, in the brochures and in the pamphlets, they give you all of these, like, free things that you can go and get on each of your ports. So a lot of people were doing that. But the first day at sea, like, so we got on the ship, um dropped off our smalls exchange. Megan and I were walking around. We went to the buffet. I started off with, a cone of ice cream like sorbet. Oh, they had a really good sorbet. And then a cone of soft serve and desserts on my plate. Like I was desserted out. And then I was drinking alcohol like pretty much right away. It was a blast. Everybody was like, "This is you." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." Like, welcome to the best time ever. Um and then the first day at sea, Jean Farish, did her kind of class, and one of the things that was funny is that on the ship, there was this, place, that was the Effie Boutique, and the Effie Boutique, um, spoiled us a little bit rotten, but one of the things that they wanted you to do, was they gave you this locket in your stateroom. Like, so everybody got these lockets in their staterooms. And then the idea was you had to go and get all of the little charms. So you could get two charms every day at sea or one charm on the day of port because they couldn't be open um during like when they were in port. So they would, do it in the morning or in the afternoon after sail away. So we ended up like that first day with Jean. Jean was trying to get the system up and going, and then like you see just this line of women leave our stitching room to go get the first charm or the second charm, which was one of the colored stone, like the colored glass stones. So, but Jean presented us with the pattern, the dolphin and or the egret and the dolphin sampler, and it's part of her like ampersand series. I did start it on that day, and Jean taught us how to do some of these herringbone stitches and another fancy stitch that be honest, I kind of forgot. But Jean has like some really good directions. So this came kitted up in Cosmo. I'm doing everything called for. And one of the things that was neat was that Jean and Jan and Michelle were all able to sell things like while we were cruising, like out in the middle of the ocean. So one of the things that Jean did before we left was she asked if we wanted to purchase any of these scissors that she had and that she would bring them. I got the matte black ones. I obviously have not used them yet, but I got the matte black ones. The rose gold ones were extremely tempting, but I held off. I held off. That's okay. So I bought those. I got also with Jean, other than all of the Cosmo, they gave us all like they gave us floss drops for all of them. So these are all of the colors for it, and her floss drops match the sampler. So that is what the egret and the dolphin sampler will look like eventually when it's finished. So, Patty, oh, I love Patty, um, who's four boys and an NL girl on like the world, is also one half of Bryn and Needle. Gave us this pattern, which I got a stitch. We got in our swag bag, we got a corner gauge, One of the other things that I purchased from Jean was, oh, I think that's in another spot somewhere. I'll find it eventually. Um, Oh, one of the other things that came in our swag bag was this silk. Mine is called Mystery. So it's kind of like this blue green. They had like a red one that was super pretty too. We got this floss tube at sea little zippy bag, which is where I kept most of this stuff right now. Some of the littler stuff anyway. They gave us the Unstitcher, a lovely little seam ripper. We got oh, my big swag bag is in my other room. It's a big clear one, which was super cute. I purchased this, which is the two turtles and a flamingo sampler. Um, Again, part of our ampersand series. Most of the same colors that are in this are in the egret and the dolphin sampler. So that's another thing that I bought. I did purchase from Jean the two turtles and a flamingo. I did purchase that one as well. There's the dolphin and the egret, and I did get Jean to sign it. And what was this? Oh, that's Jan Hicks. I haven't talked about Jan Hicks. Oh, that's Colleen. I loved Colleen too. She was amazing. This was a freebie that the cross stitch cupboard gave us. Um, this was Jesse's. Well, I haven't talked about that one yet, so I'll tell you about that in a second. Let's see. That was a freebie from. This was a freebie from the cross stitch cupboard. So even before we got on, we got to choose, and I picked this one. Um, Cross stitch cupboard also gave me this no count cross stitch. It's a printed canvas, which should be fun to try. I can't show you that one, but it was a Jan Hicks freebie for sale. It's called Sail Away. We got Deanna's Quirky Quaker freebie. We got, which is the Stingray. Again, I can't show you that one. Jean Farish gave us this one, Count Twice, Stitch Once, which is exciting. I like that one. Here's the other one that I bought, two turtles and a flamingo. I bought that at sea. This came free from the cross stitch cupboard. And let's see, what else is in here? What else is in here? I haven't talked about Jan Hicks yet, so we'll do that in a little bit. So that all came, I don't know when I got that. Here's the Effie charm list and day. We felt really sad because we never got this red crystal stone from Tortola. That kind of sucks. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. So, we did get a clear bag that I used for like everything to carry around. But again, that's kind of in my luggage. I didn't pull that out. It was a great thing too. Oh, I didn't get my batiks either. Oh, that's fun. I'll try to, maybe I'll pause this and go and get them. But let's talk a little bit more about some of the other things that we got. So the first day at sea was Jean Farish. We all got up. Jan won the Effie giveaway the first night, which was cool. Oh, we got a ruler. Count twice, stitch once. I forget who gave us the little counting pins. Mary Lou, was it Mary Lou that gave us? But this is like a pink one. That's like that's become a running joke, I swear, for me. I'm not sure who put this little bookmark together for us, but it was somebody from, I'm gonna guess, South Dakota. Humdinger, which is cute. I like that bookmark. They gave us this little floss tube at sea needle minder. It says, all I want to do is stitch and watch floss tube, which is true. Tim, the stitching steward, we got this as well in our swag. So we hung stuff because the walls are all magnetic. We hung all sorts of stuff to our walls when we were on the ship. Okay. One of the other big things we got was a ginormous magnet to put on our door to indicate that we were with Lost to at Sea. Okay. The first night, day 2/3 was Puerto Rico. Oh, this was the Brennan needle for Deanna's Stingray. I have not stitched it yet, but if you want to see it finished, um, maybe not in the colors that Deanna gave us, but close to, Megan, my roomie Megan from the Long Distance Stitcher stitched that and completed it while on ship. Okay, I did not get off in Puerto Rico. I got a major massage. And then that night, the first night at sea, we did our smalls exchange. Mine got stolen twice. I was stolen from once, and then I stole something back, and I just had my hands on it. It's right here. So I stole this, and this was stitched by Kathy, and it's a little pin pillow along with a scissor fob. And if you give me 1 second, and pardon the crinkle, I will tell you who stitched, or not Kathy stitched it. But I will tell you who the designer was for this. I can't remember. It's called Winter Snow Minis, and it's Lost in Stitches design on Etsy if you're interested in it. This was on an Ada called Country Mocha, and they used all the call for colors. So Kathleen, I love it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I like them so much. I want to look at them, but I want to use them. So, but they turned out really cute. So that was my small that I ended up getting. It was in this little blue bag. Initially, I had gotten a beautiful little stone pin keep, essentially. But that's okay. I ended up with that, and I loved it. I loved it. It was between that one and another one, but I really liked that one a lot. So I ended up getting that one. The next day we went to Tortola, and we had a small group that decided to go and go to Beef Island and go to the ocean for an excursion for a little bit that morning. So that is what we did. Michelle and I had bought matching like ocean bracelets. I have, we both also bought hats. I have a thing on every cruise that I go on, we end up buying like a wide brim, like sun hat. I've used actually one of the sun hats that I purchased from one of my previous cruises on a different, for a different event. Um, so there was that. The next day was Carabelle Boutique on St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis, Neville was amazing. He was a great tour guide. I did take some pictures of Carabelle Boutique. This was when we pulled into Puerto Rico. This was the fort in Puerto Rico. This was Puerto Rico at night from the ship. Again, I got my toes done and all sorts of stuff. So this was Megan getting right into the water, like first thing, waited 0 time. Um, I won't show that one. But this is St. Kitts and Nevis. This is we got chairs and we got some, so there's me with my hat. Um and there's our ship along with the Aida Diva. And if you haven't watched Michelle's and the talking about Gene Farish and how all that works, then you need to watch that. This is Caravel Boutique. So this is on St. Kitts and Nevis, and they had some orchids. They had this really old tree. It was like 400 years old. It was amazing. This is kind of behind the scenes of the boutique place, and this is me making my boutique, and I have Miriam's as well. But that is what my boutique looked before it was dyed. and it's in the other room after it had been dyed. This is the Atlantic side, if I'm not mistaken, of St. Kitts and Nevis. Um, but when we went up to this point, I don't remember, Timothy Point or something along those lines, they had all of these people that had these tiny monkeys. And so I had to hold one. So I got a little monkey picture with the monkey on it. I enjoyed it. It was great. He was so cute. And you would think that their like fur would be hard or harsh, but it really wasn't. He was pretty soft. Um, so yeah, it was super great. Um, I was a bad influence when we stopped um in Tortola, one of the if you stopped in like all of these different shops, they're trying to drive business by getting y'all in there. But Effie gave us one of these stingrays. So each port had a different charm. So stingrays were in Tortola. And I didn't get the DI charm. Um from Tortola. I'm a little sad about that. But I did go when we were in St. Kitts and Nevis, and we got a few of the other things. We did go into Effie in St. Kitts and Nevis, and their charm was this little anchor. And then in St. Kitts and Nevis, one of the first shops we went in, we got this turtle charm. Again, they're trying to get you into drive business, and boy, did it drive business. We ended up, oh, where to go? We all ended up purchasing something, it felt like. I ended up getting a really pretty small, the Effie store on the ship, everything was like huge. Ended up getting some earrings that matched like some of the outfits that I had, these purple, but I got them on the ship. And then where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I kind of made a mistake and I didn't check if the chain would fit. So I need to get a longer chain for this. But I got a small little Alexandrite. No, not Alexandrite. Uh, was it Alexandrite? No, it's a T. It begins with a T. Tanzanite. Oh, geez. A little Tanzanite charm. This is more me. When you looked at the Effie store, like at the Effie store, they were huge. Like they were big. That's not me. And then one of the other things that I bought while we were there was a few of the um Larimar. You can't really see the imprinting on there. But I got this necklace, which is definitely me. The little flip flop with that stone is like from the Dominican Republic, which is way cool. And and then Megan found this ring, and then so Megan found that ring, and then she ended up deciding she didn't like that she liked the one that was more symmetrical. So she and I bought similar rings, and then Miriam and Michelle both went in and they bought like the exact same ring. So we all ended up with a ring with the Larimar. So it was super fun. I told you I was an enabler in the worst kind of way or the best kind of way, depending on how you want to look at it. The charm from St. Kitts and Nevis was a small little monkey. And we went into another store which gave us like a little pearl. But if you went with Colleen, you got everything. Like that woman knows how to get the free stuff. So she got like all the charms, all the things, and I'm like, I'm going with her. So it was fun. We had a good time. The next day at sea was Michelle's day, and we got Michelle's chart, Thalassophile, and we got Jesse's chart, which I showed you already, which was Let's Sail Away. And they both used this floss or Cosmo floss. and um, one silk from, drawing a blank. I'll think of it. Almond M&Ms, which was called Wild Orchid. I mine is not here right now. I think it's in something else. But um, both of those charts, Michelle's and Jesse's, will fit on mislaid pages. Jesse died. I got the 32 count Lugana, which is called Excursion. So I can't wait to stitch both of those. Again, I had Michelle sign hers. And Jesse, just so that you know, if you're watching this, you'll be signing your chart. And when I see you at Stitch North. Then we got Jan's. And Jan's is this floss tube at sea. And she kind of laughed because she put 2023 because all the lead up was to 2023. And Jan's chart essentially looks like this. All the lead up was to 2023, and guess what? It was 2024. So Jan's like, I'll send that out with a rechart. And I just had my hands on Jan's, and now I don't know where I put it. Oh, I put it up here, didn't I? So here is Jan's called Follow the Sunshine, Floss Tube at Sea. Again, that 4 will be recharted. And they gave us all of the stuffs along with the floss drops. And of course, she had to sign it. I don't really recall the fabric. Sandy Toes by Barefoot Needle Arts. And then it has the overdyes. So I didn't start those other projects because I was really trying to finish Mouse's beach outing. Okay. So those were great. We ate at the Eden. The Eden was amazing. All of the people were great. Katie stitched one of this lovely little Ort container. Um, I know she talked about how she made it with like Pringles cans and stuff. I'm like, dang, like sign me up. I need a whole bunch of those. She was making a few of them while we were on the cruise. She had a whole bag of them. This is kind of where my ink circles round robin is from last year. I have a few things I need to fix. Technically, I believe it goes like this. I have a few things I need to fix over here. But that again will be a little bit later. So myself and we also got these lanyards, Floss Tube at Sea, with our little name tags and for our cabin cart. So I thought I was going to be smart and try to get home early on Sunday because we got off the ship and I got to the airport at like 9 o'clock in the morning, like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go standby because my flight was initially supposed to leave at 7:20 p.m. Fort Lauderdale time and arrive in O'Hare at like 9:50, aka 10 o'clock, right? And I still had a 2.5 hour drive. And I didn't, in all my infinite wisdom, did not take Monday off. Note to self. So I thought I'd be smart and I'd get on the earlier flight, try to fly standby, and then I'd get home earlier and then not have that worry. Oh my goodness. Mechanical error, pushed and delayed that flight, followed by the crew timing out. So pushing that flight back to like 9 o'clock, then not having a pilot, which pushed the flight back to 10:45. The 10:45 pilot, we got back on the plane. The 10:45 pilot got on the thing and said, guess what? I'm really sorry, but they said I'm timed out too. He timed out. And then we're like, okay, we get delayed till like 12:45 in the morning. And guess what? Those pilots were also like, yeah, no, we're not flying. And so my flight got delayed until 12 o'clock the next day. Now, why didn't I just stay at the 7:20? You know what? In the future, I'm gonna. I'm like, forget trying. forget trying. Like, it just was not worth it. Granted, I did eat, drink, and have a hotel room all on United, along with getting a, like some other benefits for obviously it being a mechanical failure. So lucked out there. But getting home was pretty bad. And then on the way home, I was realizing that, what I was having was a little bit more than a cold because I couldn't really smell and I couldn't really taste. So toward the end of the cruise, I ended up getting COVID as well. So I stayed home a few extra days. It was all good. Um, so yeah, that was the cruise. Now, last thing, guess what arrived today? Today being February 2nd. Today arrived my kitted up swap from my partner, who is Christine. I was so excited when it came and I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, look at this bag. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Okay, let's see. Because I didn't ask for, like, I didn't need a chart. I asked for some of my kits to be kitted up. So, it's all wrapped and everything. Look at that. Look at the inside. Okay. She said, oh, she kicked. Okay. So I kept the ones that I picked over here off to the side. So it looks like Christina kitted up. Night walked down from the Blue Flower. And and Christina said she made it a challenge not to use any Bestitch Me because, like, I have all of the world in Bestitch Me. Oh my goodness. I love it. Christina, if you're watching this, you did a great job. This is a great project bag. I see no imperfections. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Um, so Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower is going in my Christina bag. That's great fabric too. Absolutely gorgeous. You did a great job. Okay. So let's see. What is this is heavy. Some of the stuff that she said that she made a few of the things in here. Ooh, wow. All right. Let's see. Oh, oh, she got me Adam Hart needle drop. Oh, floss drops. Yes. Oh my goodness. These are on my like Etsy wish list right now. Are these Adam Hart floss drops. So she has all of its symbols and everything already in here. It looks like we've got some Gloriana. It looks like I've got some, oh my goodness, Karen water lilies. Look at this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That charm right there. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Some more Karen water lilies. Let's see. What else do we get? Avas? Avas? I don't even know. Some dinky dyes. Nice. Some more dinky dyes. And more Gloriana. Olive. Let's see. Dinky dyes. Oh my goodness, this is great. Matilda from Dinky. I am so excited. I cannot tell you. I really need to start this one. I have wanted to start this, but I have not started in a long time. I just haven't. So the 14th, I have two starts. I have to do my Strawberry Fields Forever, and then I have this one. More Dinky Dyes and vintage plum. And it looks like a stitchy box. And it looks like almond M&Ms, 1866. Ooh, a Swall d'Alger. Ooh, fancy. Christina's knocking it out of the park. Fiberlicious red Bordeaux. Nice. Wow, that's pretty too. Oh my goodness. Another stitchy box frost. So pretty. Oh my goodness. What's this one say? Oh, it's Trainway Silk, 65 Roses. If you hadn't heard about Trainway Silks, they have a line called 65 Roses, and it's to help children with cystic fibrosis because 65 roses and cystic fibrosis sound similar. It makes the same mouth shape, so it teaches them how to say cystic fibrosis. So those are all of the beautiful, beautiful pieces. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, I have not seen the fabric yet. So let's see. Next project or next little open up gift bag. Oh my goodness, this is so great. Oh, she got me a little stitchy counter. Excellent. Little stitchy counter. I can now have one for cross stitch and one for knitting or crochet. And a little beeswax in the shape of a flower and some bow and needles. 28 size, I think. 28. Nice. Nice, exciting. I can always use more needles. Always. Excellent. Okay. Next. Oh my goodness. I'm just diving right in. Feels like the fabric. I'm gonna guess. Oh, nope, I lied. It's not the fabric. Oh, this is the needle book she made. She made a little needle book. Oh my goodness, look at these tiny scissors. Oh my gosh, look at these tiny scissors. These are the greatest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so amazing. Ah, look at that. Oh, I love them. Oh, I love them. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this little needle minder too. I love it, little moth. And look at those pins. She does a great job with pins. Look at all these pins. An accounting pin. Oh, she made this, y'all. She made this. You killed it, Christina. Oh my goodness. These scissors are like slaying me right now. This is going to travel with me everywhere, I think. Forget the Target um like jewelry box. Nah, that's all I need. That is amazing. All right, let's take a look at the fabric. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Oh, this is going to be great. Yeah, great choice. Oh, I can't wait. What does she say about the fabric? The fabric is, oh, she put it on this over here. Is Fox and Rabbit. It's June 23 fabric of the month, which was called Possum. Oh, I can't wait to get started on this. This is going to be great. It's going to be glorious. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Christina, if you watch this, this is so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't know if this was the reaction that everybody wanted to have, but this is the reaction that I got. So, oh my goodness, I'm super excited. This is all going straight back in the bag with all of the other fun stuffs. That was so great. With all of the notes, I got to put all of the notes back in there too. Oh my goodness. This is so great. Can I say that one more time? No, we're not going to say that one more time. Oh, I was wondering who was going to have me. I know that they had a little bit of a question because um I had picked 4 patterns that I had already had. And I just wanted, somebody to kind of hit them up. And so them picking Night Walk Down, that was a great choice. Great choice. I am so excited. Okay, I got a mess to clean up, y'all, and then I'm gonna film this bird box. This is already like, holy smokes, an hour and a half long. But then again, I hadn't really talked to y'all since like November. So, all right. I hope you all have had a great stitching month, a stitching week. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, hey, stick around. I'm still here. Again, I'll try to do more updates like monthly rather than like every 2 weeks or whatever, or every 2 months or whatever. Again, hit me up in the description or in the comments below if you're interested in seeing my whips. Most of my whip, I do have, I think, 17 whips now. And again, most of them are out and you're seeing them. So, um, some of the other ones I haven't really touched since my last whip parade. The goal, though, is to get those done. So, just a real quick plans. I would like to finish the Long Dog Sampler in order to start You Belong to Me on February 29th for Long Dog Leap Year. I would like to start Strawberry Fields Forever and my night walk down on February 14th for the Kitted Up swap. I would like to be able to take my time and get my fabric or for the modern folk embroidery, No Time Like the Present. Keep that caught up. I would like to get the two smalls from D and their 2024 Stitch for Pride. Would like to get Michelle's and Jesse's patterns from the cruise done, along with Deanna's pattern from the cruise. And then, yeah, that's not going to happen this month. And then March, I've got to finish the Namarie tapestry. I brought it, but I didn't even do anything with it on the cruise. Oh my goodness, I got a lot to do. Breathe, breathe. Okay, here we go. 1,000 stitches, at least 16 days in February will get me Castles in the Air finish. I can do that. Okay. And I'm back stitching as I go. If I get 1,000 stitches on There's No Time Like the Present, that's another 3 days. So that takes me to 19 days. I only have 28 days left, so that gives me 9 stitching days left. And then, well, technically maybe 3,500. So that gives me, let's go with 7 stitching days left. If I have 7 stitching days left, then I can start on my Namarie tapestry and really try to get, let's go for 4,000 stitches in the Marie tapestry by February. Okay, those are my goals. Ready? Go. No, I'm teasing. All right, everybody, we'll see what I can do here in February. Even though I have an extra day, there's no telling if I'm actually going to be able to do it all. So, with all that said, I hope you are having a good time stitching. I know I had a great time in January, even though I ended up with COVID. And there were a few days that I didn't stitch on. Cat's trying to get in the box. So we got this. We got this. I hope you all are having a good time. I know I'm getting through. You can hear my voice is a little bit cracky. So teaching has been fun the past couple days. Again, I know I probably left out a whole bunch of stuff that I got on that cruise, but um it is what it is at this point. So we're going, okay? We'll see you in March. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I had just said that. All right. March it is, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.